Talofa lava, everyone. Tino koto katoa. And hello. First of all, just want to acknowledge the organizers of this event. Vicky, who's been very busy in the background pulling this all together with her team, and obviously a few other businesses. And also Sea Gold Solutions, who's driving this new forum. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be here and just share a little bit about what I do and hopefully leave you guys with something to take away with, especially the women in the room. Okay, so just wanted to very quickly, I put all this up because I might not say it all, but this is just a little bit about who I am. Originally from Samoa, very proud to be raised in the islands. I'm an island girl at heart. I descend from a prominent business family in Samoa, the Curry family, and also, I haven't put it up there, but my mother's family is our Chong family. And let's just say it's generations of business. So I literally live, breathe business from when I was born. So very blessed to have grown up in family businesses. And that's where I guess I got my passion for business. My village affiliations, for those that might be here in the room that are Samoan or Pacific Island, proud Fasitotai, Le Whanga, Le Awa'a, and Sa Fotu and Savai. Also proud to carry a chiefly name, Afamasanga, from my grandmother's village. And I've basically been floating in between New Zealand, or Aotearoa, and Samoa my whole life. That's why I got 39 years up there. Two beautiful children. I'm the director of Specific Consultancy Limited, and that business has been emerging and changing over the last, I think I set it up 2010. Started in training and education, went into digital marketing, and now general consultancy. And yeah, that's just a little bit their background with the different industries or areas I've been working in, my qualifications. And yeah, some of the cool stuff I'm doing now, I'm involved in a business research project for MB. Also back to school, studying. And the Masters of, sorry, I should say business, not commerce. I'm also a coach in training, RISE 2025, which is an Indigenous women's program. I'm really proud of that. And of course, I'm a mum, I'm a daughter, I'm a granddaughter, I'm a sister, a friend, and a business colleague. So, you know, and that's really, I wanted to make that point because that's who we are as women, right? It's not like go to work or run a business and separate everything. It's all one big, lovely, yeah, mess sometimes, but it works. It's like organized chaos, as you know. So basically the theme, dream big. So women entrepreneurs. I'm very blessed to have worked with, in the different areas I've worked in, I always enjoy the most working with women. It's so much fun, to be honest. Men, they can get a little bit serious, a little bit competitive. Whereas women, we just love hanging out, and if we get to do business, then cool. If we walk away without a business deal, we've made a friend. So, so I wanted to touch on the strengths of women in general, especially those of you that might be in the startup phase. Basically, our strengths is we have dreams and aspirations for our family, our children, and our community. We want to make an impact on the world. We love socializing. We love having relationships and connections. We love dressing up and looking beautiful. And we love to promote, encourage, and cheer on our friends. Okay? And some of our weaknesses, not for all, but for some, for a lot of women, especially, I must say, in the area I work in, Pacific Island women, I find that promoting and celebrating self, that's very hard. Easy to cheer on your mates and share their posts on Facebook, but when it comes to you, you're like, oh, do I really want to put myself out there? So putting oneself out there, talking about yourself in public, saying, I do this and I do that and I'm so awesome. And a tendency to worry about what will people say, what will they think. In particular, Pacific Island women, and sometimes it's not about your professional circles, but a lot of time it's about your community, your family, because we come from huge families. And also, I find that for some women, they have these dreams and this purpose that's inside them, but they sometimes feel a bit selfish, especially mums. And I'm glad that Dr. Deborah Russell brought up mums at home running businesses, because the reason they're doing that is for their children, to earn an income so they can stay home, run the kids around to school, etc. So having their own dream and purpose to just do what they want to do, because that's what they want to do, nothing to do with the kids, hubby, family, that can be a bit of a challenge. So the reason I touch on those strengths and weaknesses is because of the topic for tonight that I'm going to talk about is networking, promotion, and connections, which I believe women have in them already. They know how to do it. They've been doing it their whole lives. It's just how do you apply that to business? Okay, so I've been a trainer, teacher like most of my career, so I love drawing on the whiteboard. Unfortunately, there was no whiteboard tonight. So there you go. I've drawn a little diagram which represents what I want to talk about tonight, which is pulling all these three things together: networking, promotion, and connections. So I'll go through each of them quickly because I know I only have limited time. So networking is basically meeting people. That's why we're here tonight, to meet people, especially new people, or maybe people you know in a friendly way, family way, but maybe you don't know what they do in a business way. So that involves events, group business meetings, conferences, and presentations. Now, I've got a whole lot of photos right throughout the presentation, and the reason for that is because this is live, basically me out there doing all of these different things. And yeah, basically these two photos here, I was at the World Indigenous Business Conference last year. These are all new connections. I met most of these people at that conference and walked away with a whole bunch of new friends. And then here, this is, so I failed to mention before, I also have been heavily involved in the Samoa Business Network, but Vicky brought it up. So we have a branch in Samoa and here, so we do networking between Samoa and New Zealand. So that's us on a business trip last year, meeting with the CEO of a very successful company. Her name is Fiti Lengwai. She's in the middle there, and this is us taking all of our business colleagues so that they could connect with her and I guess get some inspiration from her as well. So that's basically an example of networking. And what I really want to show in these photos is basically all the photos, everyone's having fun, enjoying. Yeah. Remember I said before, dressing up, looking pretty, which is what women do naturally anyway. So promotion, and I guess for a lot of, I've been in my background originally is in marketing. Everyone always wants to know, well, what should I do? Should I be on this platform or that platform? Should I have a website, not have a website? Should I have brochures? It really depends on your business. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that the main thing with promotion and branding, promotion, first of all, is branding and messaging, which I've put up here. In order to get yourself out there, you must have a brand, which includes a logo, but it also includes your personal brand, which is you as a professional person, which, as I was mentioning before, can be quite challenging for women to, again, put themselves out there. Messaging is being really clear. So rather than just doing a whole bunch of random posts, no matter what platform it is, you need to have a message. Your client, the people following you, they may not clearly know what your message is, but that's what you're doing over the platforms, is you're delivering a message, bit by bit, every post. So you need to have, I guess, a strategy or a plan on what is it that you actually want to communicate to people. And then all of your posts will fall out of that message. So, of course, we know there is now social media, which is great for small businesses. I've just put some examples up here of my LinkedIn page. This is an example of an event for Samoa Business Network that we ran recently. And of course, every time you run an event or have any type of promotion, you need to make sure that you're posting photos. I tend to organize them in albums because they're a lot easier to find, and also when people come back to your page later on, it's easy to have them all grouped in one page. So that's just a small tip. And of course, there's still traditional marketing methods that apply depending on the type of business you're in. But at the minimum, business cards are key. You never know when you're going to bump into someone that could be a potential business connection. For myself, especially coming from an island like Samoa, that can happen at the supermarket, you know, dropping off your washing or whatever. So it's always good to have those handy. I also find that what I'm doing more lately is I connect to people straight away on social media if I can, when I meet them. Yeah, because that's how you also grow your network and your following. And of course, word of mouth. And the only way you can get word of mouth, of course, is by delivering a great product or service. So that links directly to your product or service, and referrals, the best marketing of all. That's most business deals you'll find that you convert will come from referrals, especially in a service-based business. Okay, so the final of these main points is connections. So once you've done the networking, gone and met some cool people, made some new friends, colleagues, possibly business connections, you've promoted yourself, and remember this also needs to be in place preferably before you do that, but not necessarily. Sometimes you can go out and network just to do your market research first and then set up your promotions. But at the end of the day, I'll put in the middle here, of course, you're in business. You need to make money in order to run a business. So at the end of the day, your outcome is going to be business deals, partnerships, and sales. And again, depending on whether you have a product business or a service business. So this is bringing it all together. So the final step, of course, is connections, which is basically relation. That's when you're really building a genuine relationship. So one thing I will say is that for most people, you go to a networking event, you don't normally do a business deal right there and then. It's a connection which can lead to business. So it's very important to note that, because some people get discouraged and they go, so many business networking events, and oh, I haven't generated any business. And the reason why is maybe you haven't followed through into the connection part. So what is connection? This is when you meet up with people after the networking event or after they've found you online. A one-on-one business-focused meeting, and I say business-focused because I have lots of girlfriends that are in business, and sometimes we can have a business meeting and we end up just talking about our kids and, you know, what's going on, and oops, oh my gosh, we've got to go, and we haven't even talked business. So that's another thing as women. I find that I really have to switch that part of my brain out of the socializing and really be driven to focus on business. And I'm just laughing because my cousin Natalia's here. Hi, Natalia. If I could just... Sorry to put you on the spot, cuz she's really bubbly. You should go meet her after. But yeah, so my cousin Natalia and I, so she always says to me when we go to business meetings, gosh, it's so serious, you know. And I'm like, cuz we're here, we gotta like meet an outcome, because she's the most sociable person that I know. So it's like, yeah, knowing how to, I guess, you know, you got a limited time, this person's giving you that time. So how can you, of course you have to have the socializing, building rapport part. But yes, of course, we also need to get to the business part of the conversation. So it's very important. So this can be achieved through meetings, obviously, emails, messages, online meetings. Zoom is great. I use Zoom all the time, and it totally saves on travel time. And you can sit there with your cup of coffee as if you're together. I also find Zoom effective because you can share documents. And, you know, it's a lot more formal than, say, Messenger. Of course, coffee dates is when you're just building a relationship, maybe not necessarily talking about business yet. And I said meeting at a supermarket, LOL, because you never know. That could be where a business deal is done. And the focus is building a relationship. You may not do business straight away, but you never know when that is going to convert, because it's all about when the client or customer needs your service or product. So don't always be disheartened when you don't convert straight away. But this is the key, building that rapport and relationship. And then finally, of course, leading to an outcome, which is a sale, signing up a new client, or another type of business relationship, say like a supplier relationship or something like that, or someone to maybe distribute your products. So all these lovely photos, I just wanted to kind of finish off on the note that doing business, all of this stuff is the fun part of business. I know we're talking about tax before, and ooh, which I must mention my parents are also in the room. My mum and dad, and my mum's an accountant, so yep, she's totally on board with the paying tax stuff, and that's her job, making sure clients pay tax. But yeah, I just wanted to say that there's so many different parts to your business, but this is the part that you can really have a lot of fun. So all of the photos I'm going to show you, these are all very close business relationships that I now have. Yeah, so this is a group of ladies I just did the brides program with. Going for the walk with my good friend up the Maunga in Tauranga with my business colleague Alex. That's down there, Georgina Bonin. She's one of the directors of UN. And then these are all of these people I've basically done business with. So I just wanted to show, it's just the same as photos of your friends and family. Yeah, you're hanging out, having fun, looking, if you're at an event, you're looking good, which, is like going to a party. So yeah, just wanted to leave it on that note to say that doing all these things is fun.